In this video, I'm going to show you how to work with scene variance sets. In the last video, we were looking at how to create variance sets at asset level. We were playing around with lights and materials and some other configurations for variance sets. And in this case, we're going to create different variance sets, but at a scene level. So for instance, I have these 4 tables that I was using in my last video, which is called test scene. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this project again with BowerBot. And what I'm gonna do first is going to bring DOM light in the at a scene level. So it created a DOM light, so we switch from default to stage lights. What I'm gonna do next is to create a variance set for texture, HDRI textures. So first I'm gonna ask BowerBot what are the HDRI textures that I have in my local assets. So it found 12 different HDRI textures in my local assets. I'm gonna ask BowerBot to select probably 4 different textures from this list and create a variant set for these HDRI textures for the DOM light. So it created the variant set. Here to describe what it did. Scene level lighting. Although it created, I think it created like 4 different DOM lights, and we don't want that. What we want is just one DOM light with one variance set to switch between the HDRIs. So let me fix that. Let me be more specific in my prompt. Okay, it looks like it already removes all these lights. Let me just refresh. So it's just one DOM light, the original one that we were working on, and it should have just one variance set as of now. We have the variance sets for the tables, and we have one variance set for that specific DOM light, which is called environment textures. So we can switch between this Studio Garden, okay, sunflowers. It's more like sky-ish. Anyways, you can change the rotation manually. And also it depends on how you want the light from the image to be reflected into the scene, or the direction and so on. So yeah, it looks like it's working great. So what I want to do is probably another variance set for the intensity and exposure. And we have that this other variance set in the DOM light. Well, we have the environment one that we were using, right? And then we have the brightness. You can use dim, normal, bright, and extra bright, extra high. Other interesting variance set that we can create at a scene level is to switch between assets. For instance, I have the same table. I have 4 tables, which is the same instance of the same asset, I can create a variance set to switch between 2 or 3 or etc. number of assets if I want. Well, let me show you really quick. So I'm gonna ask BowerBot to bring me like all possible table assets that I have in my local assets. So it says that I have 4 different tables. Probably for this specific case, I might want to use these 2 different assets. Maybe the square table and the round table middle base. Now we can switch between single table, which is the original, round table, which is another asset, and square table, which is another asset that we have, or that I have in my local assets. So let's take a look. Yeah, so it's a variance set in a different level. So if I switch to single table, which is the one that we're using, you will notice that a single table also has at asset level, at asset frame, it has it has its own asset level variance sets. But if I switch, for instance, from table 1, I want to switch to round table, that round table doesn't have any variant. It doesn't have materials, it doesn't have any type of lighting or grid visibility. So that is pretty much how it works. We're gonna start with physics in the next couple of videos, although I'm going to release another video for layers. And yeah, I hope this video will you find it useful.